What if I told you the most terrifying force in the world is not evil, not chaos, not even death, but a human being who finally understands themselves? Not the loud ones, not the ones who brag about strength, but the silent ones, the ones who've stopped pretending, the ones who have walked through their own darkness and didn't look away. Those are the people you should fear, because nothing inside them can be used against them anymore. Now listen carefully. Most people live their entire lives trying to escape their shadow, the part of themselves they don't want to admit exists, the anger, the jealousy, the weakness, the fear, the truth they bury under excuses. But the moment a person stops running, the moment they face the version of themselves they've avoided for years, something inside them changes, something irreversible. And if you've ever stayed awake at night wondering why you're not who you know you could be, if you've ever felt the quiet guilt of wasted potential choking you from the inside, then you already know the version of you I'm talking about. The one watching your life fall into patterns. The one screaming behind the glass while you pretend everything's fine. People fear monsters. But the real monster is the person you were meant to become. The one you abandoned. The truth, most people will die strangers to themselves. They'll never open the locked door inside their mind. They'll never meet the self that could have rewritten their entire existence. But you're still here. Which means somewhere inside you, a war is still happening. A war between the person you are and the person you were supposed to be. And the only reason you haven't changed yet is because you've been told a lie your entire life. That you need motivation, that you need confidence, that you need to feel ready. But darkness doesn't care if you're ready. Life doesn't pause for your hesitation, and your potential doesn't wait politely at the door. It rots, slowly, silently, while you promise yourself, tomorrow I'll change. No, what you need isn't motivation. Motivation dies quickly. Motivation burns out. Motivation is a spark in a hurricane. What you need is an internal architecture, a structure that reshapes your identity from the ground up. The mind you're trying to build is not made of inspiration. It's made of discipline, confrontation, and truth. There are 3 pillars, 3 forces that shape a human into something unrecognizable. Pillar 1, ritual discipline. This isn't about forcing yourself. It's about sculpting your environment so the hard choices aren't optional. Where your habits choke your weakness before it speaks, where the structure of your life drags you forward even when your emotions try to pull you back. Willpower is temporary. Ritual is permanent. Pillar 2, emotional mastery. You're not meant to kill your emotions. You're meant to stop obeying them. Fear, shame, anger, exhaustion. They can scream in your ear, but mastery is when you move anyway. When you do the hard thing with your hands shaking, when you choose the uncomfortable truth over the comforting lie, this is where most people break. But if you push through, you become untouchable. Pillar 3, identity reforging. This is the deepest transformation. Not changing your habits, but changing the being who performs them. When you reforge your identity, you no longer try to be disciplined. You are disciplined. You no longer try to be strong, you are strong. The new identity doesn't negotiate. It doesn't seek permission. It doesn't wait. It simply acts because it knows who it is. These 3 pillars don't just build strength. They build inevitability, a momentum that even you can't sabotage. And once you feel this shift, once you experience the moment where your old self dies, nothing and no one will ever recognize you again, including you. So here's the question you've been avoiding, the question that wakes you up at night and follows you in silence. Who will you become when the weak version of you finally collapses? Who are you when the excuses run out? When the lies stop working? When the darkness inside you stops being an enemy and becomes a weapon? The person you fear becoming is the person you were meant to be. And once you meet them, your old life ends.